Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I am Jem and this is my creative space. Now today's video is a little bit impromptu really. I've been making a birthday card this afternoon. And this is for my auntie who lives in Canada. So it's a little while before her birthday yet, but I have to get this in the post because snail mail is not that great. So looks fairly ordinary on the outside. You're going to go, yeah, okay, Jem, whatever. But look. Now, I found this. I love a pop-up card. And I have to say, I've been making greetings cards for years. And that's probably how I got into scrapbooking and then junk journaling and all that kind of stuff. So I am originally a card maker. And I love a pop-up card, I have to say. I say never, I very, very rarely buy cards for any occasion. Anyway, I actually saw this on Facebook, and I follow a page called, and I think it's just called Handmade Cards, but I will link it below. I saw this on there, and the lady who runs this channel, I think she's based in India, this Facebook page. She has the most amazing ideas. Anyway, saw this and made it today for my aunt. So that's all good. Cool. All right, Jem, what's that got to do with junk journaling? Well, I was busy making this and I was thinking, wouldn't this be cool as an insert in a junk journal? So this card is a bit of a funny size actually. And it's because it's the first time I've made it, I followed the measurements that were on the Facebook page. But I'll tell you, it is... it's going to cost me a fortune in postage. It's about 21.5 by 11.5 centimetres. And that works out round about roughly 8.5 by 4.5 inches. So it's quite big. And I thought, well, okay, that's going to be a bit too big to go in most journals, you know? Well, certainly I don't make journals that big, as a general rule. So what I've done, we'll pop that up to the side because I need to get that in the post tomorrow. What I've done is scaled it down to fit into an A5 size journal. So A5 is half of A4. So generally when you have an A4 or letter size sheet like this, fold it in half. This is A5. So if you imagine this is your journal, I've scaled this down so that it will fit into a journal. And I reckon you could, and I'll show you how to glue it in later, but I think you could glue this so that it opens out like with your middle signature, or you could just glue one side like this, decorate this piece and have it just as a flip out. Now, this is my template. Probably doesn't make a lot of sense to you and looks a bit gungy, but we're going to make one. And honestly, it's actually dead easy. You imagine this blue bit is the red card base, the pink bit is the black, the mechanism, and the green bits are our decorative panels. Now this one, as you can probably see, I made from a pad of scrapbook card or paper, and honestly it was really easy. The junk journal one I've done as a prototype has taken me a little bit longer, but you know, anyway, look, see what you think. Let me know in the comments. You know, is this a good idea? Have I just gone crazy? Right, I'm going to put a light on. It's just started raining here, and yeah, it's got a bit dark. It's been a horrible week. We've had lots and lots of rain. Okay, right, we're going to start with our biggest piece. Now I am going to give you some measurements. I've measured them in centimetres because I work in both inches and centimetres. As I was growing up in the UK, we were changing from inches to centimetres. So at school we did centimetres, at home Mum did inches. So I kind of grew up with both. I've done this in centimetres, and I'm not going to bamboozle you with lots of numbers because I'm just going to confuse myself. I will put all the measurements below, all right? So our first, but I will tell you in centimetres as we go along. Right, our first piece, the blue piece, the base, we're going to need to be 19 by 26. All right, so this cream is going to be my base, and I'm going to cut that and measure it at 19 by 26. Okay, now the next piece we need is our pink piece. This is the bit that creates all the structure, and this is 18 by 19.5. And you're going to go, that's a weird measurement. I know, but what it actually is the length of an A4 sheet, or the letter, is 29.5. So I actually just haven't cut it off. Right, so A4 sheet, cut it down to 18. So you need to keep this measurement here, 19.5. You want to cut this way down to 18. Where are we? There we go, 18. All right, so we've got our two pieces. For now, we can put this away. This is where the fun starts. Put your your first piece, your backing piece. All you need to do is to fold in half and just burnish that down. All right, this piece we're going to take, I'm going to have the length the long sides this way, and again we're going to fold into the middle. I'm going to unfold it, and we're going to fold each half into the middle like a gatefold, if you're familiar with that. Excuse, I've got ink all over my hands today from what I've been doing, and glue. So my hands look a little bit grubby, but it is just crafting grub. Right, okay, now I've done that because you don't have to measure it, and if you're making this in a different size, you don't need to worry about that. It just needs to be 4 equal panels this way, and then we're going to do 3 equal panels this way. Now I am going to measure this because I can never fold in thirds accurately. So this is 18. I know I need to measure at 6 and 12. Same up this end, 6 and 12. Let's spin it round. Now I've got the light on, I can't see. Okay, there we go. Score down there. And the other one. Easy peasy. So you've got a grid. You've got 4 panels going across, 3 panels coming down. It's that easy. Now the middle panel on each side, so this one here, you need to measure. Mine are about 7.5 centimeters, so I'm going to go 3 3/4. 3 3/4, and you're going to score down that line. I'm going to stick my head in the way for a minute and make sure that I've got that in the right place. There we go. Just that middle panel. So not this one, not this one, just that middle one. And you're going to do exactly the same the other side. Please excuse my head again, the light is reflecting. I'm struggling to see my pencil marks there. Alright, how simple is that? Then, grab my mat, ruler, craft knife. You're going to cut from the middle of that panel to the middle of this panel. You'll see what I mean in a minute, don't panic. Alright, gone from the middle where you scored the middle at each side, and you're going to do exactly the same down this line. Okay, now I have to look and see which way they come. Yeah, so the top and the bottom one, the middle one is a mountain fold, so it folds up towards you. So that's the middle one, folds up, which means the two side ones go down, concertinaing it. All right, we'll do the same with the bottom one, middle one up, two side ones down, and we're going to do the opposite for the middle strip. So the middle one goes down, and then that one goes like that. When you do this, you'll see. So the middle one is down, so this one is up, and that score line you made halfway through that first box goes down. Now once you've got those in the right place, the whole thing should just concertina together like that, and you can burnish all those folds. Now, that is all that there is to it, really. That is all your construction done, because all you do to put it together is to stick these two pieces together like this, and you have your little pop-up. All right, now obviously we're going to want some decoration on it, because I'll show you how to stick that down in a moment. The next thing to do is to measure your squares and take about ½ centimetre off. So for example, these squares are, and I'm just looking at my measurements here, I've got them written down. These squares are 6 centimetres by 7.5. So if you've done the same size that I have, you're looking at 7.5 by 6. So you want to cut your mats, the bits that are going to go in here. This is 7.5 by 6, so you're cutting at 6.5 by 5. And these two bits are 3 by 5. And I'm just going to show you those measurements here. So your big piece is 19 by 26 centimetres. Your construction piece is 18 by 29.5. These bits are 5 by 6.5, and these are 5 by 3. So you will need 10 like that and 4 like this. But let me show you. So if you're making this into a card, obviously you can cut pieces of patterned paper, and I mean, I inked the edges, I added some stamping and some little cutouts on these, but basically you stick them on, you join it all together, and you're away. And obviously decorate the front. So I thought, okay, how can I adapt that for scrapbooking? Let me show you. And I've kept the colours the same so that you don't get confused. So there's our backing piece. Here's our piece that we've just cut. And you'll see I've inked the edges on here. Now before we stick it down, it's easier to decorate it. So let's put that to the side for a minute. Now, whatever takes your fancy is what I'm going to say for this. I've done some pieces, I've prepped these pieces just to save the time. So I mean, you can see, what's this taken? I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes? This bit will take a bit longer. And what I've done, I've prepped some pieces that I thought might be quite cool to put in if you're doing a junk journal, just to give you some ideas. And some of them, like this, are just little decorative panels. I've got some which I've cut into pockets. I've got some which are little clusters, you know, and if you watched my video the other day about making clusters, I mean, dead easy. I've also cut a couple of these. I've literally, guys, I've gone through my scrap box that's on my desk and made these. So I started by cutting out, in fact, some of it, I used the offcuts from this cream card. Mine was quite a big piece that I cut down, and I used the offcuts, and so I cut some pieces that were the right size, so 5 by 6.5 centimeters, and used those as a base, and then decorated them or turned them into pockets. Other ones I made from, where's it gone? This one was a little bit of a printable that I had left. These slightly smaller ones are odds and ends of scrapbook paper. Now these, I found these in my scrapbook box. I was making tags, I think. That's what it looks like. It looks like I was cutting out tags on the die cut machine, and I saved the bits that I was using. And I thought, gosh, they make nice little frames. And all I've done is I've put some random sort of script stamping on them, and I've stuck a little bit of acetate on the back. I haven't inked the edges of these, so I'll just do these while I'm talking to you. So this is the bit that takes the time, really, because the construction is actually really quick and simple. This is the bit that takes the time, but if you've been mass making things like clusters and tags, the chances are you might have some bits all ready to use. Or also you may, like I've done, just go through your scrap box that's on your desk. Now I've kept this to a sort of a vintage autumny theme because I do have a journal in mind for it to go in, but you could do whatever you like. I mean, it would look pretty with pink and flowers, or it would look great as a dark gothic pop-up, you know, whatever kind of journal you're doing, you can adapt this technique. All right. Oh, the other thing I found these little mini envelopes in my stash. Excuse me. So I've got one of those as well. It hadn't got a top, so I thought that would make quite a cool pocket. So I'm just going to arrange these and see kind of what I like, really. And then we're just going to stick them down, to be honest. And it really is as easy as that. I thought these two might look quite good like this. Oh, and I've got a bit of an idea for those. Let me just pop these on. Where do we want another pocket? We'll put another pocket up there. Maybe like that. Oh, let's turn our birdie up the right way. I mean, as you can see, it's great for using up little bits and pieces. Like those two together. Now, I think I might move that around. So what have we got? Got a pocket, pocket and pocket. Yeah, that's okay. I quite like that. So this one I thought I might just put down and leave, and these were just the right size, I have to say. I'm going to stick this one down and leave it so that you can slip something in behind it. But these two, let me just move that a second. And I'll pull this across so that you can see them. Where's it gone? I have these, and this is a roll of sort of washi stickers, really. And actually this I've been using some of this today, different one. This acetate is what I've used to back these, but what I realized was that these stickers fit really nicely under here. And I mean, you could use these frames, I suppose, as you know, like a little oh, what do you call them, specimen card, if you've got something to put in them, and then you could just you know, clip them in, or you know, with oh, the words have gone again. You could clip them in with, I'll show you, a little bulb pin or a brad, anything you like, really. You could have it as a movable thing. So that's another suggestion. But I'm going to use these, and as I've got this one on my hand, I'm going to use that one. So I'm going to stick that there. And I'm going to find my glue, pop a bit of glue, and I'm going to pop that over the top just so I can see that flower through it. There we go, and I'm going to do another one. Got this one, I quite like this. Oh, so I'm just going to check you can see those flowers. Yep, lovely. There we go. So when you're watching this, if you've got other ideas for how to decorate these little panels, hey, please do share them, because as I say, this is just something I have really randomly come up with today. So what I've created here is just sort of my initial thoughts. So as I say, you may be sitting there going, oh yeah, do this. So let us know. It's all about sharing. Right, where's my scissors? I had a bit clear up just now before I started filming. Right, so I'm going to cut around these, and I'll ink the edges again. Okay guys, there's those two finished off. They actually look quite cute, and again you could fix these with a brad. You know, that would add another little something, wouldn't it? I might do that, we'll see. Right, all I'm going to do now is I'm going to stick all of those down. So I'll put the video on a bit of speed, and you can watch that process. All right, once you have finished decorating, and look, I haven't made tags and things today, but obviously, you know, you can put things in these pockets, you can find a nice picture here. They're ready to fill. I just wanted to decorate the panels today to give you some ideas, and as I say, if you have others of your own, please do share them with us. Right, let's go back to our base piece that we folded. Now, the easiest way to do it is to fold this up like this. And you are going to glue under this one, and this one on both sides. So if we turn it over, you're gluing this piece here and then this piece here. So I'll just to make that really clear, because if you get this wrong it doesn't work. If you've turned it over, you're gluing this bit, and this bit on both sides. All right, so this piece and this piece. Okay, so let's fold it up, and we're going to glue. So that's the top square, that small side one, and the bottom. Now you have to line it up. I'm going to stand up to do this, and I like it just in, I guess I've come in not quite a centimetre from the edge there. This measurement is not actually crucial. What it will dictate is how much your pop-up opens out. So if you glue it right in, that it won't open out. If you glue it out right, well, it won't stretch that far, but the further you glue it, the more it stretches out, if you see what I mean. All right, so we've got our base piece folded in half. We're going to do the same on this side. We're going to glue the top square, the side little one, not really squares are they, they're rectangles, that bottom one, and then I'm going to fold a card over, our base card over, and press down depending on your glue. Once it's dry, da, 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 you have a page to go in your junk journal. There we go. Let me show you. This is the one I've been making. I don't think this one is quite big enough, but no, it isn't quite big enough, but you get the idea what you can do. And I think it will go really well, particularly in like a middle the middle of a signature. So imagine this is a blank page in the middle of your book, and you glue that in. You imagine opening the middle of that signature and having that wonderful detail in that page. As I say, the other thing I had thought of was just gluing it down to one page, making this decorative, you know, a nice picture, or even, you know, a pocket or journaling space. And then again, it's kind of a flip, you can open it out. All right. Now, this is the first one I made, so I haven't actually put this into a journal yet. Believe me, it will work. So there you go, guys. We have the same principle. We have a card, beautiful birthday card, or what could be a card for any occasion, pop-up card, and we have a pop-up journaling page. All right, I hope that's been inspirational. It's just been my day today. I kind of went, oh, look at that, as you sometimes do. I will put all the measurements below, but if you have questions and you don't understand what I've done, please just ask. If you've got other ideas for decorating it, share them. Let's share those, share the love. All right, guys, that's it from me today. I will be back soon, but for now, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, happy crafting, ka kite anō.